from Enuff's Enough, and you're listening to Dr. Vincent and Godless Heathens.
Lightning. Fire. Power of God or something.
He died for our sins.
That shall be his undoing.
Hey, what is going on here?
Shocking. Positively shocking.
That's just funny. Fuck you.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Hey, come here. Hi. God damn it.
Okay, now, if by any chance I get, like, flustered, when I'm hurling through space, and pull the right one first.
Oh, then you're gonna wind up looking like a well-done chili burger. They're gonna have to shovel you into a coffin.
Find and fulfill your destiny.
You bastard. Drop dead!
Item 2 request.
You remember one thing. You screw up just this much, you'll be flying a cargo plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong. I'm Larry.
Fuck off, Larry.
This is Dr. Vincent West, medical doctor. Got a very, very, very special guest today. One of my favorite bands. We've got Chip from Enuff's Enough. We're going to be talking about their amazing new album, Finer Than Sin. And so excited to talk with you about this. It comes out November 11th on Frontiers. And Chip, how are you doing today?
Very good. In Florida, I'm on the Glam Slam Metal Jam tour with my boys, and with 4 more shows on this run, and then we go out to Skid Row tour, which will start in England on the 19th.
That's awesome. Man, I'm on the wrong part of Florida. I'm over in the Pensacola area. I guess I missed out on this.
Oh, the Pensacola area is very nice. Good people out there, hard-working, real blue-collar workers. It's a good little town. Listen, I've always loved coming to Florida. It's a little hot. My guitar player, Tony Fennell, he's got a problem when it comes to heat.
Right.
He likes it a little chilly out there, but the boys out here seem to be happy being around the beach area and looking at all the trim.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. It's awesome. It's great for that. I'm from the Miami area. I just live in the Pensacola area now, so.
Yeah, Miami, one of the safest cities in North America right now, I tell you. They're flourishing out there. Wonderful time. And it seems like all the concerts are being set up out there as well. It's really a celebration of music for those people.
Oh, yeah. So tell us about, real quick, before we get into the new album, what's this tour that you're on right now?
Well, the tour we're on now is called the Glam Slam Metal Jam Tour, as I mentioned earlier. It's with Pretty Boy Floyd and the Midnight Devils.
Awesome.
Midnight Devils, they have their brand new record out. It's called Begging for It, and it's a really a solid record. And I just coincidentally, I produced that record as well.
Awesome.
They're on Pavement Records.
Nice.
A wonderful support band. And they'll be supporting us on the English tour over in the UK and around Europe coming up in the next couple of months.
It's amazing. It's amazing, man. So let's talk about this new album. As far as the writing process, Chip, when did you start working on this record?
Right after our tour. I put a solo record out about 6 months ago with Frontiers called Perfectly Imperfect.
It's a fabulous record.
And thank you, buddy. I got Daniel Benjamin Hill playing on the record, doing all the great string parts that you hear on there, along with Joel Holstra from White Snake Siberian Orchestra.
Nice.
Even talked to our buddy Dax Nielsen to play on a couple songs on that record.
Cool.
And then from there, Frontiers asked for an Enough Stuff album, which is not much different than what I do when I do my solo records, except I got Tori and Tony Fennell both playing on the record. So I started recording it right away. I've done, the band has done 3 albums in the last year and a half. Hard Rock Hell, Hard Rock Night, I should say.
Yep, it's great.
Which came out in November, and then the Perfectly Imperfect, and then now this new album, which is called Finer Than Sin.
Your 17th album, man. It's crazy.
It's really our 20th record. I don't know why everybody says 17. We put out a box set earlier this year, 4 albums called Rarities and Demos. It's 4 full-length records right there.
Oh, shit.
We have over 20 releases now.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah, it really is. In this day and age where you just don't see bands putting out that much music. Back in the 60s and 70s, it was prevalent. You've seen quite a few bands where it put 2 or 3 records out a year. and I guess I'm living in the past.
Hey, man, I am too. Right there with you. Happy to be here with you. This record, man, is fucking killer. Let's talk about it. What can you tell us about the first track sound check?
It's basically the band in the studio, plugging in, getting ready to play, just checking our tones, making sure we got the sounds that we need. And we do it all the time in concert, right? So it's like our sound check song, and I figured, well, you know what? How many bands do a record where they set up the equipment, get the drums together, and start playing?
It's amazing. Very, very cool.
I thought it was a nice little touch to the record. It shows it's very organic, and it shows the realness of what we're all about.
Oh, yeah.
Band plugging in and playing. You hear the guitar plug in, band starts, and we just groove along and get our sounds together until we're ready to record the first song.
Yeah,
it's almost like a song, actually.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a prelude to it.
And then track 2, Catastrophe.
Pretty self-explanatory. It's packed full of metaphors. Could relate to anybody out there. I like to leave the interpretation of the song up to the listener, but it's certainly a great rock track, and it's got shades of some of your favorite bands in there. Of course, I've got tons of influences, and the band is solid as rock. We come right out of the box kicking your ass. Pretty solid. Boy, I'll tell you, the trim out here is extraordinary. Wow.
There's a lot of it, man. I tell you, it's crazy. Like when I grew up in the Miami area, obviously a little better to look at, but man, Pensacola Beach, where I'm at in Gulf Breeze, in between here and Destin, there's a lot of it.
Yeah, and everybody seems to be real friendly. They're all happy because it's sunny and beautiful out here and great weather.
Fuck yeah,
and
dude.
It's all year. It's just a wonderful place to definitely do a vacation for your family, but more importantly for rock bands, it's great to come through here and play shows.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Let's see, track 3, Still the Light.
Another great rock track, I believe. We'll be doing that one in concert every single night. Kind of follows suit on almost like the Diamond Boy record that we put out in 2018.
Nice.
Just right in your face, rock and roll, straight ahead, and pretty much another song that's packed with metaphors.
It's so cool, man. I love this record. It's so good. Let's see, track 4, Lost and Out of Control.
Yeah, well, I wanted something fast and up-tempo. I took it to my guy, Daniel Benjamin Hill. I said, what do you think? He says, give me it, let's go. And that's a runaway freight train on that one. You can't go wrong there. And it shows a lot of our influences, for sure. Old Queen, when they weren't writing for the radio, and we're not, by the way, on these songs. Radio pretty much is pretty self-explanatory. When you listen to it, it's the same songs over and over again.
Yep.
Except for Dash Radio, Monsters of Rock, where they play A through Z, the whole alphabet of hard rock and heavy metal. But band live in the studio, kicking ass. Tony Fennell, great rhythm guitar on that song. Really brought it home for me, and I think it's a good melody line, and another good song for live in concert as well.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. Track 5, Intoxicated.
Well, there you go.
Right.
You write about what you do and what you know about. And
Absolutely.
You can almost say it's an autobiographical record, because I've certainly dealt with that through my whole career. But straight ahead song, I was playing it for some friends of mine and famous rock band, no need to mention Cheap Trick, and they love that track. I feel that that should be one of the singles as well on the record. It deals with navigating life and what you have to go through. And is it really overrated? I'm not so sure. It's good to wake up in the morning and feel good. And nobody wants to go through the blues every single day.
Sure.
And I think that's a song that's pretty uplifting at the end of the day if you listen to the lyrics. It's basically another song with full of metaphors dealing with substance abuse.
It's a really cool track.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. This record's so good. Track 6, Hurricane.
It's the first song I brought down to the band. We were recording over at Chris Steinman's studio, a place called Stonecutter
Nice.
on the north side of Chicago, and everybody's been over there from Megadeth, Styx, all the big bands going there and record the records, a lot of hip-hop stuff as well there.
Nice.
We showed up in the studio, we were all playing together, and I said I got an idea, and I showed the band the song, and everybody goes, it sounds good, Chip, but let's do something a little more up-tempo, a little heavier. And so we ended up recording another song that day, and we held that one back for a little while. But I believe that that's a song that deals with hope and despair, and it shows our influences Beatle-wise. There's not about that we wear them proudly on our sleeves. It has some guest musicians on the record to play some keyboard parts, and
Nice.
mellotron and harmoniums, and Daniel Benjamin Hill once again come to the rescue, putting together some fantastic string parts on that song. And one of my favorite tracks on the record, as a matter of fact.
Oh, it's great. Track 7, Trampoline.
Well, there shows you the side of my life and the things that I love, and which is women. They're our superiors. That's a really good track, a wonderful one to celebrate with your significant other.
It's really cool, man. I really like this record. It's fun. All your records are so much fun to just kind of dive into and just listen to the whole experience. I love it.
It's all about a good time. That's why the stadium tour did so well, because those bands wrote songs about celebrating life, having a good time.
Yep.
And that's what this record's about. Even if some of the subject matters could be considered, a little dark, at the end of the day, there's always a ray of light.
It's awesome, Chip. Track 8, Temporarily Disconnected.
It's an old one that my brother and I wrote, Donnie V, a wonderful songwriter. Singer.
Awesome.
I always wanted to put that song. I like to put one song on each record that Donnie and I wrote together, because I feel that we're talking about a good cat that can come up with some great songs, wonderful singer as well, and maybe perhaps will be a soundtrack, a TV show, a commercial, pick it up one day, and he can see some sync licensing money on that one, and it definitely celebrates our legacy as two guys who wrote songs for the last almost 30 years together. Great rock track, and you can't go wrong there. It shows the promiscuous side of our band that we've carried throughout our career.
With that song, did you and Donnie write that a long time ago?
Yeah, we did. It was we wrote that one in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and the Royal Recorders ended up putting it on one of our demos, and it just slipped through the cracks. And it is also out on the version with Donnie singing. That's on our album Rarities and Demos. That's on Cleopatra Records.
Nice.
And a nice little rock track right there. Everybody contributed. I think it's a solid rock and roll song.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking great. Track 9, God Save the Queen.
That was Guilt by Default. That was a track that we had produced by Tony Fennell. And we thought, hey, you know what, we'll hold on to this one for another record. And then when I was listening to all the songs that I wrote for the Finer Than Sin record, I said, hey, this might be a good one on here. It just so happens that we just lost the illustrious Queen of England. And I thought maybe this could it be bad time or good time, I don't know. But we always celebrate the Queen because she was quite an astonishing woman, and she's been in power since 1952, and here we are now in 2022. It was only fitting to put that song out there, and it's a great rock track. I've always loved the Sex Pistols, a big fan of theirs, and American bands covering English band songs has always been special. I know Motorhead covered that song too. I think the version holds up quite well.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then track 10, the outro, the reprise.
That was the producer, when I was producing the record, the engineer who helped put the record together and also co-produced the record, a guy named Rob Posen. He does a lot of punk rock records. He also worked with Twista and a lot of hip-hop stuff, too.
Nice.
That was more his idea. He said, man, it might be cool to put that on there. Queen used to do that all the time on their earlier records. I thought, it might be nice. And some backward guitars on there. And it just shows a lot of the prowess that Enuff Snuff carries. It's not always about just the songs. It's about the riffs. And that one seems to hold up very well in this day and age.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking killer. What about the recording process for Finer Than Sin? What can you tell us about that?
Well, we recorded most of the record on the south side of Chicago at my studio. There's not much, in the old days, Enuff would get a budget and it'd be a couple $100,000.
Sure.
And we'd go into a big recording studio, Raw Recorders or Music Grinder or Hit Factory, Battery Studios. We'd go anywhere we could go that had the facility that would house bands that make powerful records. We shared the studio with plenty of them. If you look at our history, you'd see us, in the studio working at the same time with bands like Alice in Chains and Cheap Trick and Jane's Addiction. And it was only fitting that we try to do something where we watch our budget. We're on a major label right now, but these records still cost us $20-30 to make every single time.
Oh wow!
So we did a lot of the basic recordings at my studio, and then we went over to Stonecutter Studio on the north side of Chicago with Chris Diamonds, and he mixed the record for us and also mastered it. And then we did some recording as well over at my drummer studio, a great place called Shadow Cat, down by O'Hare Airport on the northwest side of Chicago. And so we mixed it up in a few different studios. Most of the stuff was recorded at my studio, which is called Chips Enuff Studios, for lack of a better name.
Nice. It's awesome. What about the cover art for the new album?
Cover art was done by the same person that's been doing all our artwork all these years. Her name is Patty Glasgow. She's fabulous.
Yeah.
She does records for a bunch of different bands. She grew up in the same era as us and followed the groups around. She was a big Journey fan. We shared the same management company as Journey for years, a guy named Herbie Herbert.
Oh, cool.
Wonderful manager. And, she's got a great sense of balance. She also did the Time and Life cover for Van Halen.
Oh, wow.
She used the colorization. She did all the colorization. So she's really got a good, keen sense of balance. And she found the model for the picture, an old Playboy Playmate, which is her cousin. And we like the picture with the apple and Finer Than Sin, the title of the record and the artwork seem to fit in very well. And instead of putting our mugs on the front of the cover, which I felt maybe it was in our best interest to try something a little bit different. And I feel we've really nailed it, not only on the title of the record, but the cover art and the music. For the first time, we really got it together on all three of them, and the band seems pretty happy about that. And now it's about just taking it to the streets and going out playing shows and letting people hear the music. That's what it's all about at the end of the day for any of the bands. Sure.
This record's great, man. I love everything about it. The production, I was listening to it on headphones. It's so fucking cool. I also think it's really cool that you're still recording in Chicago and stuff. It's just like, has everything been recorded in Chicago throughout the years?
Yeah, most of the stuff we do in Chicago. In the earlier records, we did a lot of stuff in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Right.
On the first record. The second album and the third record we did in Chicago and Los Angeles. Over at Music Grinder, we did a lot of work over there, and over at Hit Factory and One on One as well, and A&M Studios in Los Angeles as well. We've tried to mix it up a little bit. For the last half dozen records or so, most of it's been done in the Chicagoland area because it's convenient for us. But I've done some stuff in Boston, the Tony Studio, and Tori records some of the stuff. Tori Stoff-Reagan, my lead guitar player, he records some of the stuff right out of his pad. But we like to be in the same room together and be creative that way. I think that works very well for us. But other records I've been recording, I just did the Anne Margaret record. Anne Margaret, the old actress who used to do all the movies with Elvis Presley.
Love her.
She just recorded a solo record. It comes out at Cleopatra real soon. And I did a duet with her.
That's amazing, man.
Song. Yeah, with Joe Perry's playing guitar on it, and so is Robin Ford, and some great musicians on that record. And that was done, and a lot of it was done in Los Angeles.
It's fucking incredible, man. You're such a talented songwriter, man. I've been a fan for years. It's so cool to catch up with you about this album. I wish you all the best, man. I love supporting your stuff. I hope we can chat again sometime. I love the band, man. I've been a fan for years.
I appreciate that. Enuff stuff will be out for the rest of the year, touring around the country with Skid Row, and then, of course, with the Midnight Devils over in Europe. We come back to the United States, and in January we start up again at Rock Island Fest in Key West with Styx and Tesla. So I'm looking look forward to that. And then, of course, we go right from there to Australia for the Glam Slam tour there with Wednesday the 13th. Eclipse, Faster Pussycat, Pretty Boy Floyd, Enough's Enough. There's quite a few bands that are on the bill.
That's incredible.
I see myself staying as busy as possible. Anybody wants to find us, it's real simple. Enuff.com. ENUFF. And you can get us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook as well. And I wish everybody a happy holiday season. And go and check out the record, Finer Than Sin. First single's out right now. It's on YouTube. It's called Catastrophe. And Dr. Vincent, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to me, bro. It means a lot. I appreciate that.
Dude, the pleasure is mine, dude. It's an honor. Like I said, it's so cool to get to talk. I've never got to meet you. I've been a fan since I was 15 years old. I'm pushing 50. I fucking love the band, man. I'm happy to do this all day long.
I appreciate that, bro. God bless you and your family and everybody that's checking out this interview. I hope to see you out. Come out and see a show. Come out to the tour. You'll be very impressed. No tapes, no sequencers, no guys backstage. It's 4 guys kicking ass like we do every single night.
Cracker Jack timing, Wang. Total concentration. You ready, Jack? I was born ready.
Found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Run for Marty! Oh my God. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Run for Marty!
Doc, take us out.
Ready, good sir.
Not a tear to the eye. I'll be quiet.